Sitting down here with John Elway on the eve of training camp. John, after all these years, do you still get the jitters and excitement of the start of a new year?
Yeah, it's always exciting to get things going. I think, you kind of wait a long time, and especially all the work that's put in the offseason and the changes that are made, that, it's always fun to be able to get out here and get going and kind of see what we have and, get excited about the year, because it's a lot of hard work, and so now we can kind of get to see what we have.
Any good stories you can share from your playing days during training camp?
Well, not that I can share. I mean, I actually, obviously training camp's a little bit different now than it used to be. We used to be up in Greeley, and, the double days, it really was training camp, and so, it's not quite the same. I don't want to say it's a lot easier now, but it's just a little bit different, and, not as much contact. But, it's still a very important time of the year to be able to, get the young guys going into it, put the pads on, and, because until you put the pads on, it's hard to really see what you have, especially with young guys.
What's the mentality of these guys the night before camp's about to start?
It depends. I think it depends on, the length of your career at that point in time. I think, the old dogs, obviously have been through it before and, get excited, but it's not the same excitement level as when you're a young guy still trying to prove yourself, and especially as a rookie, the excitement that goes along with it. So there's different levels of anticipation that goes along with the amount of time that you spend in the game.
Obviously, the big move this offseason was bringing in Case Keenum. What do you hope he'll be able to bring, not just on the field, but off the field, too?
Case off the field is Case. I mean, he's just a tremendous young man that, is so strong in his faith, as well as the type person he is. So, I mean, off the field, he'll be great. I think what he brings to us is he brings us an anchor on the offensive side, that and an anchor for our own football team, that everybody has confidence in that position, that, the guy has the ability to win football games and do the right thing with the football and keep us in games, and then we have a chance to win it, to go win it. So, and Case did that last year, a tremendous year last year, and I think that, our goal this offseason was not only to have Case, but also get better around Case and put the pressure and know that, the wideouts, we got to play better at wideout, the running backs, get some young running backs, and offensive line, we got to play better. So, to be able to give him that supporting cast to where he can go out and be successful.
There's going to be competition all across the field. Any positions you're looking forward to seeing some of that competition? Well,
it'll be interesting. Well, obviously, we got a lot of youth in a lot of areas. Tight end, be interesting to see what happens at the tight end position. We're kind of young there with Fumagalli coming in, and to see what he can do, because he didn't get a lot of work in the spring. And then wide receiver group is a young group and young talented group. So excited to see what they do. And I think that's the exciting thing is we saw a glimpse of what they could do in the spring. But once you put the pads on, it's really kind of when you find out what we have. And so I think that there's going to be some interesting battles and some guys stepping up. Bradley Roby stepping up a corner. He's going to get his opportunity to be a starter, and have high hopes and expectations for him that he'll be able to step in. And so we got a lot of good things happen. Plus, looking at Chubb and the young guys and Jewel inside and inside backers, see what we have. So it's going to be an exciting time.
Things are a little different from the spring to now when the jobs are on the line, right? I mean, that gets a notch up.
Now it does, yeah, and you step up, because now all of a sudden this is what this is what you put on the tape, and everybody gets to kind of know each other in the spring, and out there running around and do some great things. But big part of this game is the physical part of it, and that you don't find that out until you put those pads on.
Vance Joseph heading into year 2. What differences did you notice during the offseason? A little bit of a different culture around.
Yeah, and I think that Vance understood, he'd understand, had an idea maybe what he was getting into, but obviously last year was, a tough year, and a lot of different things went the wrong way, and it wasn't all his fault. But obviously as a head coach, you take the brunt of the blame, and so, I think that, he's learned from that. Learned from the experiences. Obviously we'd like to win every football game, but we're probably not going to win every football game this year, believe it or not.
16-0, that's what I got.
So I mean, it really comes down to how we handle the losses. We got to be able to, we can't go through 8-game losing streaks like we did last year, but we got to be able to, bounce back from the losing and not allow those losing streaks.
During that streak last year, something you mentioned was from your position, it's hard to make big changes that are going to affect things. Do you feel like you've done enough this offseason to have some decent optimism heading into the year?
Yeah, I hope so. I think that, we feel good about what we did in free agency, the people that we've added, some real quality people there that we think can come in and help us. We feel like we had a good draft and, got some, a lot of good guys players that can come in and help us early now, but still they're young guys, and so it's going to take some time. And so you never know. That's the exciting part, to say, okay, that we obviously worked very hard this offseason. Now we'll see what happens, and kind of see what what the report card says once we get into the season.
Well, let's get it going, John. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, Phil.